G'day, g'day. Here are 5 fragrances that I can't live without. I do have a lot of fragrances in my collection that I'll wear a lot and I really like. One of them being Valentino Born in Roma Yellow Dream. This isn't part of the top 5, but this is just an example of a fragrance that I really like, but I'm not in love with. I can live without it. If someone took it off me, yeah, it'd annoy me a little bit, but I can live without it. These ones, however, if you try and take them off me, I'm gonna make you bite the curb. Louis Vuitton Imagination. So this is my favorite summer fragrance of all time. I just feel so clean, fresh, masculine, and professional when I wear this stuff. It also has this really nice spicy twist to it with that cinnamon. You don't really see fragrances that are made for summer with cinnamon in it, and this does it so well. It's such a nice touch. Very citrusy, soapy, spicy, and it also has this tea kind of vibe to it as well. The tea is beautiful in this. I sometimes compare this to a luxurious bar of soap in a really good way. A lot of people get turned off by the sound of like a really soapy smelling fragrance, and a lot of times soapy fragrances really turn me off, but this, it's done in the best way possible. So when I say it's a very luxurious bar of soap type of vibe, it's in the best way possible. Trust me, it is really good. And the performance on this is really surprising as well for a fresh fragrance like this. A lot of the times fresh fragrances aren't really nuclear performing. This is pretty nuclear. With a few sprays, you're gonna actually fill up a room, and this lasts easily 10 plus hours, probably even pushing 11 and 12. Parfums de Carlisle. A bit of a fun fact with this. This is in my collection currently, the oldest fragrance that I own in my collection. I've owned this for the longest amount of time than all of the fragrances in my collection currently. My first ever niche fragrance, and this has so many memories to it. I remember going to Wollongong on a little road trip with my mate, dressed up in suits for absolutely no reason, just to look cool, I guess, and I wore this fragrance for the whole day. Man, the vibe was so good, even though it was a bit of a childish thing to do, rock up to Wollongong fully suited out for no reason. Pretty funny, but it's a great memory. It's pretty funny to think about. Very dark, bold, masculine, nice dark patchouli, creamy vanilla. Also has a bit of a tobacco accord to this fragrance. Even though it doesn't have tobacco listed in the notes, you definitely get a tobacco smell from here. Everyone can agree on that. My favorite Parfums de by far. It's just the most interesting, the most in-depth, just, oh my God, this is a masterpiece fragrance. It's got a nice green apple in there too, and because of that, it gives me almost a dark apple crumble vibe. Almost gourmande, but not quite, if that makes sense. Also the strongest Parfums de this is completely base mode. Creed Aventus, specifically the Hulk batch. Look at the juice on that, it's a dark yellow. People actually tell me they think it's fake because of the yellow juice. It's supposed to be clear. This is really dark yellow because it's the Hulk batch. 18G02 is the batch code. It had too much birch in the batch. They put too much birch in the batch. Over time, it's just maturated and turned deep yellow. This is actually the deepest colored yellow Creed Aventus you can get. The reason why I can't live without it is because it's really rare. Like, I feel special owning a bottle of this, and it's actually pretty hard to find a full bottle of a Hulk batch. A lot of the times, maybe you'll come across a partial, maybe it's 70% full, 50% full. This one was no sprays used on Facebook Marketplace group. I picked it up for about 500 bucks, which is an insane deal. I had a little plug that helped me get that deal. So thankful for him because this is legendary to have in my collection. If someone took this off of me, I'd proper be cut. And yes, even though it's a rare batch of Creed Aventus, I still wear this stuff as if it was a regular bottle of Creed Aventus. I don't know why. I could have easily just kept it, not sprayed it, kept it boxed up until fucking 5-10 years later and feel special about having an even older Creed Aventus, and it'd probably maturate even further and turn a deeper yellow. But I'll still wear it because I'm just stupid. Just before I get into the last 2 fragrances on this list, I do sell fragrance samples on dkandtrue.com. Fragrance samples are a great way to thoroughly test out a fragrance before committing to a full bottle. Maybe you want to know what it smells like first, how it wears on you, what the performance is like on you, how many compliments you get on it, etc. It's one of the best ways to test out a fragrance before committing to a full bottle, especially with expensive fragrances. You don't want to end up blowing $300 on a niche fragrance and then not end up liking it and having to sell it after. It's just a big hassle. Get yourself a sample before committing to a full bottle. For the next spot on this list, I was struggling to decide between BDK Gris extrait and Killian Smoking Hot. They're two really great fragrances in my collection, both are a masterpiece. I do like Smoking Hot more than BDK Gris Chanel Extrait slightly, but for some reason I'd feel so left out if I didn't have BDK Gris Chanel Extrait in my collection. So I'm gonna decide to go with BDK Gris Chanel Extrait for this spot. Vanilla chai tea latte with a very classy iris with a creamy sandalwood base. This is exactly how I describe this fragrance. It's so sophisticated yet very sweet, perfect for the winter time. This is something you wear on a wedding, especially like a wedding night in the winter time. This is so sophisticated yet sweet. It just does the trick. You can wear this with a suit, with a sweater, with a jacket on in the winter time. It just works with a lot of outfits in the winter time. That's why I love this so much. It's pretty versatile. You can wear it in casual situations or formal situations. It also has a very delicious fig note, so it does smell edible in a way. And for the last fragrance on this list, I do glaze this a lot on my TikTok, and I will forever do so because this smells exactly like a creme brulee, which is one of my favorite desserts. And this is definitely my most complimented fragrance. Something about it just works. It just works. It gets so many compliments. And with other fragrances, to be honest, I don't get that many compliments other than like Roger Elysium and all that. But with this, they come nearly every time I go out. With other fragrances, compliments come very far in between. I do still get complimented, just not quite a lot. This one is like mind-blowing. This gets me a lot of attention. It's a very dense vanilla, and you do get a lot of that burnt sugar vibe that you do from creme brulees. This is literally a creme brulee in a bottle. Not a lot of guys on social media talk about this fragrance, and I don't really see why. I feel like this is going to blow up within 2 months or so, because this is like literally, I think it's the best gourmand fragrance of all time. There are quite a few women on TikTok that do talk about this fragrance. It's pretty hyped up on the women's side of TikTok, but for the men's side, barely anyone talks about it apart from me, strong style fragrances, and maybe another creator here and there. But man, this deserves a lot more hype. I'm also doing a giveaway over on my TikTok. I'm giving away a 100ml bottle of Bergerami Enforcer. It's a dupe of Blue Talisman. I'm also going to be giving away a 10ml bottle of Initio Side Effect and a 10ml bottle of Initio Atomic Rose. I'm going to be linking that giveaway video in the description below, so be sure to go into the description, click the link, and follow the instructions for the giveaway. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments down below, what video do you want to see next?